In this session, we are going to be speaking about Boolean variables. Then we will also speak a little bit about the if structure and other alternative structures, and we will see in a little while what all of that means. Here we have the general structure of the session. As I was mentioning, Boolean variables will be the first part, then how to combine them using operators, some Python functions that give us Boolean values, and then we will be speaking about these conditional structures and how to make them. We will make some code using them. We will finish with some, let's say, more detailed look into these alternative structures in one-liner ifs and the Python ternary operator, which is also very handy when we want to write very short code. I'm going to just make a new notebook so that I can use it to just play around with the code and show you how the different things I will be speaking about work. Okay, so for example, first of all, let's see what Boolean values are. So far we have seen different types of variables. Variables was the first unit of our course, and we have seen that they can be of different types. Maybe you remember that a variable is essentially a little box where I can put some value that then I can use in my code, and we saw some of the different types that they might have. We saw integer variables and float variables, and we even saw complex variables, string variables. Okay, so Boolean variables are just another possible type that we can use, but they have one particularity, and it's that these variables only have two possible values. One is true and the other one is false. Here, for example, I'm printing a constant that contains the true value, but I can make variables too. So I'm going to call this variable a Boolean var, and I'm going to put the true value on it, and then I'm going to print it. Okay, and as soon as this finishes running and finding itself in the immensity of Google's sorry, I made a mistake. I call this Boolean. This comes from someone's name, bool, so it should have two O's. Okay, now it works. By the way, errors in code are how coders learn, so don't be afraid to make errors. They are important, they are necessary. Okay, so here I have created one variable of Boolean type. I have assigned to it the true value, and then I have printed it, and here I have true, and I can also assign it the other possible value that Boolean variables have, and now I'm printing false. Okay, so that's the definition of what a Boolean variable is: a type of variable that can only contain either true or false. Here we have some more code that we can also run. Where we get Boolean values from our code. Okay, for example, here I have defined an integer value, variable with an integer value called a number, a second one called a bigger number of float type, and then I'm using a comp Boolean variable to put the result of this, a number smaller than a bigger number, and then I print, in this case, using format from Python and these key symbols, so that I end up printing the values in the middle of my string. Okay, so I get this sentence to say, is this value 7 smaller than this other value? And the answer is this Boolean value that I have put into this comp Boolean variable, and the answer is true in this case. If I change this one to 70, then I get the same. The consistent response is 70 now, smaller than 10.54, and that's not true. Okay. So I have made up some Boolean variables.